everybody. I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to the Meeple Society. Today we are on episode 101, part 6 of the teas. We're about halfway done with the teas.
I feel like I've aged 2 years since we started the teas.
Like 2 months, maybe 3 months. I don't remember when we started the teas. Anyway, before we get started, please like the video if you like this type of content. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon if you want notification of future content.
Or click the link below. There you'll find all of our links to our social media.
Yeah.
13 games.
Yes.
In the teas.
This is actually a pretty good mix. I mean, there were most of these games are actually sitting in our collection, not the travel collection. Most.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that's not.
Okay, about half.
Anyway, so we're going to start off with one that is. This is Time Chase.
This is a little bitty, obviously a little bitty card game. We picked up Gen Con years ago.
Not years ago, only a few years ago. It's like 2019. Okay.
Years ago. I was going to say
years ago.
It was before COVID.
That was only 6 years ago.
Anyway, this is a trick-taking game. Everybody has their little traveler. How this runs, this is a time-traveling trick-taking game. Essentially, there's 10 time eras. And you start the game by dealing everybody 10 cards. You have so many cards left over. You flip one over, and this becomes the invariant, i.e. the trump. And you set it on top of the pile.
Yeah, you set
like
it
so.
this.
Actually, you set it like that. Yeah, that's true. You set it like that.
You set it under, sticking out the side.
So what happens now, there are 10 time eras, like I said. You start with time era number 1. Now, there are ways to change it up and make them all variable.
Well, there's a standard way.
Right.
And
then that's
the advanced way.
That's a different way of doing it. So, well, pretend this is the number 1. Whatever. Whoever the start player is, and this is what we found odd, is the start player never changes.
Nope.
Which we found very odd.
Well, it was to keep track of actually where it is in time, because if I could see it, if the start player changed throughout, it would be hard to figure out who was going and where.
Maybe. I feel like there was a disadvantage to being first all the time, though, especially if you ended up
No, because you could be going back in time. If you're the first player, you say, I'm going back here.
Well, yes, but, well, let me explain the game first. So anyway, pretend this says 1. It says 2, but I'm not going to dig through to find the 1. Normal trick-taking game. Whoever is the first player lays out a card. Everybody plays the same suit if they wish. I don't think there's a rule about having to follow suit here. You can play any card you want. You may just not win the trick. You want to check that? I don't remember reading something about having to follow suit. So you play out your cards. If you know for a fact you're not going to win the suit, you purposely throw something lower than what will win the suit, win the trick. You get a time crystal. Time crystals are beneficial because they let you travel back in time. Once the first trick is done, whoever wins, of course, the invariant will take the trick. The highest invariant will always win the trick, just like a normal trump. Whoever wins the trick puts their little time disc on that time frame. And then everybody moves forward a year. So you go to the next one, you go to the 2, and you do the same thing. And everybody automatically at the end of every round gets jumped forward. At this point, you take crystals based on everybody gets 2 minus how many ever tricks you've currently won. The goal is to win 3 tricks, have 3 tricks existing on the board.
You have to follow suit if you can.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I don't remember reading that when we played.
Yep, it's right there in the rules.
Okay.
You know, so see?
No, I believe you.
Right there. Each player must follow suit.
Okay, which is standard trick taking, so that makes sense. I always thought it was weird you didn't have to. I think I always did because it was just habit.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway. Anyhow, end of the round. Everybody gets their time crystals, 2 minus how many ever tricks they've got currently on the board. And I say currently because you could lose them. Everybody jumps forward to the present, basically. And then you can decide to spend your time crystals. You move back one position in time for every time crystal that you spend, including being able to move all the way back to the invariant and change it. That's what you would do for that round. So what happens, everybody who decided to stay in the present, they didn't spend any crystals, they would play out the tricks for that round. If only one person's there, then they play one card and they win the round, because they win that time frame.
Yes.
Because nobody's there to contest them.
Yes.
However, oh, you found the one. Okay. So that's what happens in the current time frame. Everybody who moved backwards, now, essentially, if there are multiple people there, in turn order, everybody plays a card that will beat the current highest card in the spot. If the invariant has not changed, that stays the same. You still can play invariant cards, i.e. trump cards. But if the invariant has changed, now you just play a card that's higher than what's already there.
Of that suit.
Of the suit that's currently there, or one of the new invariant cards. And then if you can do so, which why would you go back in time if you couldn't? The other person gets their time disc back and you put yours on there. So the game ebbs and flows with how many you're controlling. The goal again is to control 3 time frames.
Yep.
To win it. If you control 3 at the end of a round, you win. It plays, I think, 3 to 6 players. Unless you're playing 5-player, you're going to end the game before 10 rounds. I forget how intriguing this game is until we pull it off the shelf and actually play it.
Yeah.
We actually played it a couple times the other night. It's just, it's a little mind-bending to wrap your head around the first time you play it. So I feel like you almost have to play it a second time just to wrap your head around what you're doing.
Yeah. This one, it can be frustrating if you're going back in time because you have like the highest variant card, invariant card out there, and then somebody changes the invariant. Which,
I didn't do that to him at all. No.
And then you have no card to play there. So you went back in time. You may have only been the only one back in that time, but you still can't beat that top card.
But you can until the invariant changes. You just didn't notice I had changed the invariant the round before. Because you work your way backwards in time, so the invariant's always the last thing to be changed. You just didn't notice I had done it the round before. So, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, that is Time Chase. I honestly, when we pulled it off to play it, I wasn't sure if we were going to keep it, but after playing it a couple times last weekend, I do like this game. It is a good one. So, yeah, we're going to hold on to it.
Next we have Top Dog. This is by Playroom Entertainment.
You know, I found this at Goodwill shortly after we got the game Hike. And I thought that's what it was, just looking at the picture on the back of the box. Or something similar to that. You know, Iditarod, that type of thing. Because, you know, I grew up in Alaska. The start of the Iditarod was something we did every year. So that's always intrigued me. That race has always intrigued me. That's not what this is.
No.
This is a math game. That's all it is. All right, so how this one runs, everybody has a deck of their own. All the decks are the same. There's also some trophy cards out here, and at the start of each round, you are flipping over a trophy card, and that's basically what you're fighting for. So we are fighting for 8 points. Now these trophy cards go from 8 to 16, 7 to 16. That's the point variant. At the end of the game, these are your points. So what happens, everybody again has the same 20 cards. You draw 7 cards off the top of your deck. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the cards you have to work from. You are wanting to lay down your highest scores. What happens here is it's a multiplication and addition game. Whoever has the highest total wins the trick or wins the race and gets the trophy card. So what have I got here? I haven't even looked at them yet. Oh, well, all right. I have a couple options here. So the way the math works on this, if you lay down a single card, it's worth its face value, 4 points. If you lay down 2 of the same card, you multiply them, 25 points. If you can manage to lay down 3 of the same card, now mind you, you only get to lay down 3 cards. There's only 3 dogs in each race. If you lay down 3 of the same card, you multiply them again, only this time you're going 3 by 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 is 9, by another 3 is 27. So this would be 27 points. Now granted, if this is 27, these two together are 29. This is my better deal. So you pick which cards you're doing. You lay them face down in front of your musher, and there's a musher in here somewhere. And then everybody flips over at once. Everybody does their math. Whoever wins. Wow, you wanted those 8 points, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought about laying these down.
What'd you have?
The poodle, the chihuahuas.
Yeah, that would have gotten you 4, 6, 7, so I would have won that way. But regardless, 6
Instead,
by
I laid
6
down
by
the
6
3 huskies.
definitely wins it.
They have the old English
I
sheepdog, the German Shepherd,
The artwork is
and the
cute.
husky.
I
will play hike.
I want to call it bordering on ridiculous, but it's cute. It's not going to stay. Again, it's a math game. That's all it is. And it's not something that'll ever come off our shelf. So
Nope.
we're gonna hold on to hike, but we're gonna let this guy go.
It's a dog-eat-dog card game.
Okay, yeah,
I will. If I want to play a dog sled game, I'm going to play hike.
absolutely.
If you want to know about hike, go back to our H's.
Yeah, it's a neat game. Anyway, that one's leaving. All right.
Next, we have Time Jockey with a box lid upside down. It's the card game time right now.
Wonder how that happened. Well, yeah,
I don't
you
know.
pull all the little guys. Okay, so this one is again about time travel. Maybe we should have done this before the hike duplicate.
Geez, maybe I should get some of these other time ones because we have a few of them that are
We
time.
do actually, yeah, don't we? Well, 2 more.
Yeah.
They're both on the bottom of the stack too.
Yeah, I have
Anyway,
to get 'em
we'll
out.
get to them. Okay, so this one's all about time travel. In this one, you are playing time jockeys. This is your calendar as far as how many days you are allowed to go back in time before you can no longer do so. How many? Not even times. It's literally how many days
How many
you
days
spend
you got
back
to
in time.
get everything
Which
done?
makes it a very short-lived career. If you can only go back a total of 15 days in your lifetime before your brain explodes or whatever happens, it doesn't. I don't remember if they tell you what happens, but it wasn't pretty. I do remember
I will
that.
look it up. Yes, they do tell you. But
Do they? Okay.
You talk.
I talk?
I'll find
Okay.
it.
So how this works, there are contracts out. There are people out. You are bidding on these various contracts and bidding on assistance to help you with these contracts. So the contracts, the whole basis of the game, oh no, it does not sound good.
Okay, here. Before she tells you, I'll tell you this. It says, the risk involved, it has been determined by unfortunate experiences that anyone traveling to the past can only survive spending a maximum total of 15 days in the past. Research has determined that the temporal destabilization on an atomic level occurs after the timeline. The result is inevitable and immediate death.
At least they don't tell you how.
I guess
In
you
fact, it's
consider that
atomic
that's
level.
something bad happens to you?
Atomic level is bad. So, okay. So the way this works, you've got all these different contracts that are up for bid. And during the round, there's a contract. There could be contracts, there could be assistance, and you're bidding on these. The assistants help you with the contracts. On each contract, there are a number of symbols at the bottom, and these symbols correlate with specific assistants that will help you. They make the roll a little bit easier. You get a +1 or a +2 on your roll if you have an assistant with you that correlates with the contract you're on. The contracts. For example, this one says Manfred Red Baron von, oh my gosh, Reichten. How do you pronounce his last name? I know the Red Baron, but I did not know his last name.
I don't know his last name. Richtofen?
Richtofen, what do I mean?
Richtofen?
The Red Baron's flight
Richtofen?
goggles. The Red Baron's flight goggles. The top bidder is a private collector. The contract is for $10 million. You have to go back in time and steal them. It is a hard challenge and will take you 3 days. Then you roll a single 12-sided dice, and that tells you your success rate. And those are on a card in here somewhere. I don't remember where they are. Oh, here we go. A hard, you have to roll a 7 or better. 7 to 12 is a success if you roll 13 or better on a 12-sided dice. Only possible if you have assistance with you. Then you get, I think it takes a day off your time if you
like
have
that,
an
yes.
overwhelming success. Failure is anything below a 6, really. So the idea is you're either going back in time to steal something or you're going back in time to film something. Set up micro cameras and explore. The video tour of the Temple of Artemis of, oh my gosh, why do I keep picking ones I can't pronounce? Ephesus? I know that's not how that's pronounced.
Ephesus?
Ephesus? I don't know. The top bidder is the British Museum.
Or Cephas?
Contract for $5 million. All they want is a video tour. Set up microphones and explore for 2 days. Easy. No problem. So easy. I only have to roll a 4 or better to succeed. So it's things like that. Video evidence of the construction of the pyramids of Giza. The top bidder, again, the British Museum. Somebody is crooked at the British Museum. Contract of $15 million. A medium difficulty, 3 days. Set up the microphone and stay out of the way. I thought it was an intriguing concept. But if you failed, you could stay back in time and try again, but you've lost more days. I don't know. It was not as intriguing as I'd hoped it would be.
No.
I thought the concept was interesting. The most interesting part of the game, honestly, was reading some of these contracts. So
This even has the designer's autograph on it.
It does.
From Gen Con 2016.
Yes, yes. Oop, I packed this
Who
wrong.
was the designer of it?
I don't know. I'm sure by now I've already flashed it up on the screen. About 5 minutes ago. It is.
Sean Scott Garrity. You might want to question the rule book.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I don't know. Anyway.
I just said Sean Scott Garrity or whatever.
Well, I was trying to read that. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a scribble.
That's a scribble. Regardless. I wish it had been more intriguing. Because I did like the concept. But unfortunately, it was not. And we are going to let this
And
one
we've played
go
it
as well.
twice since we've had it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had it for a good 6 or 7 years now. And because we did not get this. This was given to us by somebody. But, yeah, we're going to let this one go. All right.
You want me to dig out the other time ones, or just wait till
Just keep
because they're on
going.
the bottom?
No, they're on the bottom.
Okay,
Let's keep
next
going.
we have Tiger Stripes.
Okay. This one's a children's game. Designed by, we think it was...
The
no,
daughter
it was not,
of...
it's on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was...
Dewberry is the last
what was her
name.
Yeah, it was...
Hey, Dewberry.
Felicia Dewberry.
No, Isabella
Oh,
Dewberry.
Isabella Dewberry.
This is the daughter of the designer for Citizens of the Spark.
Yes, which we found
And
out.
a lot of other games too.
Yeah,
But
yeah, which we found out recently. All right, so the way this one plays, we think it was a contest or something, is what it looked like when we were reading through it online.
maybe, I don't know.
So
Her dad's a designer, so.
good point. So anyhow, these are all your player boards. Everybody has a different tiger. And these, I love the artwork on this. I really do. These are so cute.
They're naked tigers.
They're naked tigers.
Because they have no stripes.
Yes. So the way this plays, everybody takes one stack of their color, which I think is,
On the back of the board.
yes, it's this one. This is going to be the green one, right? Yes. Everybody takes their stack of tiger parts, of tiger stripes. There are 3 decks of cards out in the middle of the table. And those decks of cards determine what happens. So you get to choose which one you're drawing. There is this one that gets you stripes, or lose a stripe to choose another player to gain a stripe. but you draw cards off the top of the deck. So you have all these decks out here shuffled up, and you get to choose which one you get. The goal is to get all your stripes.
But
that's not what wins you the game. So
it's almost like contracts though, but they're goals.
They're goals, and then there are cards with jewels on it. This is what wins you the game.
Like this card, find 4 red jewels for 10 points.
So you are looking through the Explore deck. So this is what? This is the Adventure deck. Okay. So you have choices of taking adventure cards, which give you contracts, to find 4 red jewels. Okay. And that's face, I don't remember if it's face up or face down now. So nobody else knows what you're looking for.
I think they're face down.
Makes sense. And then these cards all have jewels on the bottom. So you're looking for, you're making decisions on whether or not you want to pull from the Explore deck to look for the jewels to fill your adventure card, or if you're going to start working on your stripes. The stripes, I think, get you points at the end of the game too, but there are ways to lose stripes in here too, so you've got to be careful there. But again, even if you finish your stripes, doesn't mean you won the game.
Right.
But as you're taking stripes, and again, that's the heart of the game, you are choosing one piece out of your pile and putting it onto your tiger until your tiger is completely filled up with stripes. And that triggers the end of the game. And then you just count points up on the cards.
The adventure deck is part of the advanced game.
Oh, I think that's what we played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played it with the adventure cards.
Yes.
We figured the game was for 5 and up, so we figured we can handle the advanced game, I believe. Let's play with everything.
Yeah. I thought it was an interesting game for a kid's game. I really did. I love the artwork. It's very cute.
Yeah, this is one of the kids' games that I actually enjoyed playing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think despite that, we did decide we're going to let it go. Mm-hmm. And we've not really talked about the fact that we decided to dissolve the travel collection. So that's why we're letting so many of these go. So if we were keeping the travel collection, absolutely this would have stayed. Mm-hmm. I did enjoy it that much. Unfortunately, we don't have 5-year-olds in our life. So, well, I take that back. We have 1. Although I think he's 6 now. But anyway, regardless. We ultimately just decided that since COVID, we've only done this once. We've only done this meaning take the things someplace to an event.
Yeah, it's been back there just collecting dust.
It has. Unfortunately, it's just been collecting dust. And as much as I love doing those events, I think I don't want to say it's part of another lifetime, but it feels like that was a lifetime ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
And our weekends have gotten busier and busier and busier.
Yeah, so. It's hard to make time for stuff like that anymore. So, so we did decide to dissolve it. We kept a lot of the games. We've got a whole closet over here back behind this wall that is full of the games that we decided to keep from that room. Mm-hmm. Mostly because they are good games. They were ones that really intrigued us at the time, and we wanted to hold on to them for whatever reason. Some of the party games, some of the kids' games, things like that. But anyway, Tiger Stripes, as much as we enjoyed it, I think we are going to let it go. So yeah, I think I actually have a couple people I know that might like this one. A couple people with young children. So anyway, all right.
Next we have Tiny Towns. Don't worry, everything's cased up.
Is it? I don't remember.
It's all in plastic.
Oh, no, it's
not.
It's a broken token.
It's
or
not
a
a broken token.
I'm sorry, it's a folded space.
I was thinking it was all packed up. It wasn't going anywhere though.
No, it was not. All right, so the way this one runs, this one includes all the expansions. I'm not going to go into those very much, but all we did play it with all the expansions. Everybody has their town board. That's it. That's your entire city. At the start of the game, you choose, you choose your cottage. That cottage is always out.
Yep.
And then you choose one from each one of these building types, all these different colors. You choose one yellow and one gray and one green and dark gray. And I don't know if that's a slate blue. It's supposed to be black, yeah. And then orange and then red.
Not black, it's kind of a
it's almost
very,
like
very dark bluish green.
Yeah, it's a kind of like
Anyway.
Regardless, it's
And
that
not everybody
color.
picks one. It's just one of each color
Right.
for the entire game.
One of each color, that's it.
And you drop the blue.
That's because
Or
this is the
checkers.
cottage. This is the one that's always out. So you're choosing all these different cards, one from each color. And I'm just going to pull a few out. Now, from there, there's a couple of ways to do this. There is a variant where you can use cards to flip, and every so many turns you flip a card, and that tells everybody what color they have to draft to put on their board. Because it can't be as simple as just picking whatever color you want. That would make life too simple. So you have cards that tell you, or the way the game book explains two different ways of doing it. With this, and then every, I think it was third card, you got to choose your own. You do this twice, choose your
Yes.
own, do this twice, choose your own. Or you go round robin, and every turn, one player is picking whatever color is chosen by
What
everybody
they call
that
him?
turn.
The contractor or something
think
like that?
so.
I can't remember what they called him.
But we played with the cards since there was only two of us, because that felt a little more even, because otherwise every other turn we were getting what we wanted.
Master Builder.
Master Builder, okay. So, on your turn, you take whatever card, whatever color the card tells you you're taking. And down in here there are, nope, not there. It's over here. Nope, it's right here. Right here. Down in here are all the different colors of the cubes. So you take whatever color it says to do. And you're looking at these cards and trying to figure out how you want to design your city so that eventually you can place a building in. So maybe I'm going to put that right there. And then the next card tells me I can take a blue. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. There's no blue
You're
in
never
that one.
that lucky.
No, I know. So the next one says blue, and it comes up here. Now, technically, I would get to choose the next one. You can kind of see where I'm going here, hopefully. I'm hoping that's on screen. So maybe the next one comes up as another orange. Well, shoot. I don't need another orange, but I guess I can start building another one, or maybe I could start working on one of these others.
Build the
So
jeweler.
maybe I'll start working on the jeweler. So I'll put this over here and try to go this way with it. So one by one, you're trying to get these done. So maybe when it's my turn to actually pick a color, I'm saying I'm picking yellow. So you grab a yellow cube out and you put it here, and now you don't have to do it all at once, or immediately, I should say. You don't have to do it immediately. You can wait till you have multiple buildings set up. But now I can take these three building materials and make them into one cottage. I just have to put the cottage down on one of these three spaces. So I would put the cottage, I'm going to put them in the corner because I really don't need them. But there are some cards out that give you bonuses if it's next to a cottage or if it's next to a different building. So all of that is playing into your strategy of where you're going to put it down. But you have to be able to fit all the building materials into the spaces allowed, into blank spaces, and then collapse all those building materials into one space with the building that they represent. The game ends when one player can no longer make an active move. When there's nothing they can do, they've filled up their board with material they don't need, then the game ends. I've always liked this one. It is very thinky. There is a bit of luck to it because of these cards, or because you're reliant on what other people are choosing, which may or may not work for you. But regardless, I have always liked this game. I don't know, you've never really talked about how you feel on this one.
It's okay.
It's okay. I figured as much. I broke this out with some of the ladies from work one time, and Audra told me I broke her. I broke her brain with this one. Because it is a bit tricky.
Yes.
It is 100% spatial awareness.
Yes, it is.
And if you are not good with spatial awareness and being able to see the finished figures, the finished product out of what you're trying to build, it doesn't work very well for you. I can see that. But that is Tiny Towns. We're going to hold on to it. I love this game. I think it's just a fun little game. It doesn't take very long to play. Well, I won't say easy. It's not an easy game. But anyway.
Evidently, it's a brain breaker.
It is a brain breaker. Yes. All right.
Next, we've got Tokaido.
Tokaido. This is one of your favorites.
Yes, I really like this game.
Tokaido is a Japanese theme. The whole idea of it, and oh, I forgot this one does not have an insert. The whole
No, because we have all the
yeah, we
expansions
put
in
all
there.
the expansions in it, which meant getting rid of the insert that wasted way too much space. It was all air. All right, so the idea with this one is you are a traveler through Japan, and you are traveling from point A to point B.
It's a city to city.
City to
I
city?
think one of those Kyoto.
Oh, I don't know. You're traveling through Japan. But the idea is you are moving along, doing the actions of the spaces you land in. And there are various actions. There is getting money at the farms. There is taking panoramic shots at some of the vistas and the scenery spots. There is purchasing souvenirs as you go along. There's eating. Everybody has to stop to eat. So that's a gathering place where everybody stops to end that round of play. There are ways to give money to the church, to give money to the temples up here, because that's more points at the end of the game. So there's all sorts of cards you're collecting. There's, like I said, money to be had, souvenirs to be had, that type of thing. So this is one of those games where whoever's in last, whoever's furthest behind, gets to go next. So you can jump ahead to what you need, but be aware that if you do, you're letting your opponents just meander along and take up everything because you're not going again for a while. So if you're going to jump ahead to that farm to get those $3, make it worth it because you're not going to get to go again for a little while.
Nope.
But like I said, everybody has to stop at the food places. At that point, you take food equal to the number of players plus one. Everybody gets to choose one, starting with the person who arrived first, second, third, etc. It is a very tranquil game.
Yes, it is.
It absolutely is. But anyhow, but yeah, just a very, very tranquil type game.
So this is all about the Tokaido Road that goes from Edo to Kyoto.
Okay.
It dates back to the 11th century.
Ah, okay. Oh, we've had this forever.
Yes, we have.
This has been in our collection for a long time. Yeah,
Yes,
there
it's
is.
been in the collection for a very long time.
And it's going to stay. Shockers. So that is Tokaido. All right.
They've also reprinted this.
They have, yes.
I think I can't remember who picked it up though now, but the next one is Tokaido Duo
I like this one better.
because it's shorter.
Not necessarily. Just I think it gives you more variety, more options. Okay, so
It gives you a whole road of variety.
well, and this one gives you a
And
bunch of
options.
variety with one player, but you've got two other players that you can do too. Here's your board. This is a two-player game, by the way. This one, the other one was 2 to 5. This
That's
is
what
two-player.
duo usually means.
Anyway, so with this one, each player has 3 different people that are moving around the island. You have your merchant that goes to the various villages picking up wares, going out to the towns to sell their wares, and there are tiles here that tell you what, so it's all random each game,
Yep.
what wares each village wants. Then you have your traveler that goes around the board to all these different little vistas, and he can pick up souvenir stuff. And actually, I don't think he picks up souvenirs. He gets something else when he goes there. But you can go to
The pilgrim.
this is the pilgrim?
Yes.
Okay, not the traveler. Okay.
There's a pilgrim, artist, and merchant.
So the pilgrim is going around, stopping at all these places, picking up stuff, making donations to the church again, things like that. And then the artist hops from district to district painting. And he can either paint or he can sell his paintings. Ultimately, you want to do both because the more paintings you make and then sell and get off your board, the more victory points you get. Each one of these guys makes points in a different way. The merchant is getting money to do, and that's points. The artist, like I said, is making and selling paintings.
Yes.
And then the pilgrim is going around doing, he is picking up various things that you're marking on this board, and then ultimately you multiply the 2 numbers together, and that's your point values. I love this one. I really do. But I know you prefer the other one.
Yes, I do.
Okay. We're keeping both. I think they have their place. I honestly think they do have their place. So, but that is Tokaido Duo. and it is staying. I know, what's wrong? It's staying.
Next
All right,
we have Tilt and Tumble.
This was an interesting Dex game. I know you did not like it. I don't know if I took a video of this. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. All right, so the idea with this one is you have these two boards, and one goes on top and one goes on bottom, like normal, yeah. So, and I don't remember, I think this one went on bottom.
I think we got pictures of it. You
I do
might
have
have done
pictures.
a video. If she did a video, it'd be like right here.
I don't think I did. So they go together like this one is on top. This one's on bottom because it goes like this. Because this one can't go in from the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes like so. So they sit off-centered like this. And they're bracing, whoops, they're bracing on these poles on here. The whole thing is bracing on this like so. And I'll show a picture here rather than try to
Yes, because it's a pain in the butt to get back.
put this whole board together. Yes, because it was a pain to take out. So what you're doing though is you have all of these different colors. And nobody has a specific color. There's a die that tells you what color to move.
Yes.
And you have to take it from one spot. So this is the top. I think you have to take it from the bottom and move it to the top. That's it. And then I think there's a tilt one that means you have to put it back. You have to take it from the top and put it back on the bottom. All of these, they're all on the board. They stay on the board. They never come off.
Mm-hmm.
And the first person to make it tilt loses. Simple as that. It was humorous.
Yeah.
Mostly because I won. But it's not going to stay.
No.
It's not something that will ever come off. I mean, we have a good dexterity game. We have Drop It. Mm-hmm. And we kept a couple others from the other room. This one's going to go. So yeah, that is Tilt and Tumble. I think it was fun. I think it has its place, but not here. All right.
Okay. Next we have.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, the show's going to sink now. This is Titanic because the box lid is on upside down.
That is a horrible.
But really, the box lid is not on upside down because it's not a box that has a lid.
And that's the reason it's leaving the collection. No,
Yes,
not
yes,
really.
it is.
All right, so this one here, outside of being just in poor taste, I know it's been...
It really wasn't poor taste, but yeah, I don't think it was.
Okay. This is your board. This is a roll and move game. Mm-hmm. The only thing that makes it kind of okay is that you choose which direction you're moving. You don't always have to go in a circle until you get over here to the very end. Nope, over here to the very end. Then there's only one way to go.
So you get up on the poop deck.
Well, actually, once you get up here, you choose which way you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get up here to the first class area,
Yeah, there's only one way.
There's only one way to go. You can, you have to go a specific way depending on what you're doing.
It's a maze. You just kind of
you
wind
filter
around
through all of it. Yeah.
Out to the poop deck.
That is what it says, doesn't it?
Yes, it
It
says
does.
poop deck.
It does.
Turn it the right
Wow.
way anyway. You got
Okay.
it upside down.
Do I? Yeah, I did.
Now people
Okay.
can read it says poop deck.
Okay. Anyhow, so the idea with this is you are in the third class area and you are trying to get all your gear together to get through here and get onto the lifeboats.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get all your stuff together, only one player makes it to the lifeboats. Everybody else, and I quote from the rules, goes down with the ship. That's where I find it in poor taste. But anyway, you are trying to move around over here. Everybody has their color cabin. This is where you have to go to get one of your things. I don't remember which one. You have to come up here to get your life vest. You have to pay $150 for your life vest. Mind you, there's also jail. You lose a turn.
You went to your suite to get your key.
No, you had to go up here to get
Right.
your keys. You had to go to your suite to get something else. Because you had to go here to get your key, and you couldn't go to your suite till you got your key. Down here, you can get your passports, because apparently they're holding your passports hostage, and you got to pay $100 to get them back. You go to the infirmary here to pay $50 to get your health check, because you need a health check to get on the lifeboat. Let's see, what else was there? There was like 5 things you had to get. $200 to return to second class. Oh, yeah, that's right, this is second class. Third class is down here.
You lose turns.
And you could get over here, but in order to get out, you got to pay money to get back over to second class.
Your valuables.
Oh, your valuables.
You had to go get your key to be able to get in your room to get to your valuables.
Once you have all your stuff together, now you come over here to go up into the first class area. And you have to wind through and talk to the captain and hobnob with the big shots and then finally make it over to the poop deck to hopefully get onto the lifeboat. I could not roll anything to save my life.
Nope.
Literally. I went down with the ship. It started out fun. Being able to choose which direction you're going and all that is fun.
Yep.
But
I kept getting telegrams that would give me things.
Yes.
Like the important things you need for the game. So
yes, and I got telegrams that did not.
you got telegrams that got things taken away
yes.
or sent you to third
Jail
class.
or third class, yeah, it was, or to steerage, yeah. It's leaving the collection, not just even for that reason. It just, I just didn't
It's
care
not a
for
game
it.
that's going to come off the shelf.
No, I don't. It's a roll and move for one,
And there is a
it's
new
very
Titanic game
luck-based.
that's out too.
Oh,
so,
is there?
Yeah, I think there is.
I just found it in poor taste. But I'm also the person who I saw Titanic once and can never watch it again, like ever. I've only ever seen it once. I know it's a good movie. I have no desire to watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's leaving the collection. All right.
Next we have
Tobago.
Tobago.
Okay, so
We have the volcano expansion
we do.
and it's in the box. So
This is another one we've had for a long time. It's out of print. At least it was. I don't know if it's back in print or not.
I don't know.
This one is a modular board, and it is double-sided, so you can change up your
The
landscaping each round or each game. So you put them together for each individual game, and then they tie together with these puzzle pieces that hold the cards and such on them. So the idea with this one is it's a treasure hunt. Each person has a little ship that they are that is wandering around the board, going from location to location,
a
looking
vehicle.
for. Did I say ship?
You said ship.
It's a Jeep. I don't know why I said ship. Anyway, you're driving a little Jeep around, going from landscape type to landscape type and moving around the board, trying to find various treasures.
I
So
think they're Land Rovers.
on your turn, it's still a
it's a Range Rover.
whatever. On your turn, you have 2 choices. You can either move your Range Rover, or you can play down a card. There are 4 different treasures out there to be had. And on your turn, you are placing out cards under one of the 4 that,
ATV by the rules.
oh my gosh, whatever.
Hey, gotta get it right.
On your turn, you are playing out cards that narrow down where the treasure can be. It's never in a specific area. You're laying down cards to narrow down the treasure. So maybe you're telling everybody that the treasure is within 2 spaces of a hut. Now at the start of the game, you're putting huts and palm trees.
Let's say that's a palm tree, not a
Yeah, I
hut.
know. The huts are down here somewhere. Huts, palm trees, and the
Easter Island statues.
that's not really what they are, but I don't remember what they're
They
called.
kind of look like it, but
They
yeah.
do. But anyway, you're placing these out at the start of the game. They just can't be within 3 spaces of each other. So you're telling everybody it's within 2 spaces of a hut. Okay, that's going to narrow it down dramatically because there's only 3 huts on the board. Or it's within 1 space of the forest. Not in the forest, but within 1 space of a forest.
They're called statues.
Just plain old statues. Okay. Well, see, if it's within 1 space of a forest and this is part of my board, then it could be any one of these spaces right here. okay. And then maybe somebody else puts down, it's not near a palm tree though. Well, maybe there's a palm tree right here. Well, that just took out these 2 spaces, so you remove those cubes off the board. You're putting cubes on the board to identify possible locations. And then as more players are playing out new areas, you're removing cubes that this card disqualified from being possible locations for the treasure. And you keep doing this until there's 1 cube left. And then everybody beats feet to get to that 1 cube to claim the treasure. Now, when you claim the treasure, there are treasure cards in here, right here, that 2 are bad, 2 are curses. The rest of them are anywhere from 2 to 6 pieces of gold. And, oh, there's the HUDs. I knew they were in here somewhere. Right there. The person who found the treasure gets to basically get first pick. You're starting to, gain so many pieces of treasure. You shuffle all those back up. Everybody sees the number of treasure cards that they have access to. Maybe I laid down 3 cards. So I get 3 of the 6 treasure cards that are available. And then you take 1 extra, you shuffle them all together so you don't know what's what. And then starting at the bottom of the stack, whoever found the treasure gets first pick of the card that's pulled up. And if it's a 3, he could go, okay, I'll take that. Maybe he knows there's a curse in there and he doesn't want the curse, because if you have a curse in there, the rest of the treasure's gone. It's all cursed. It's gone. So, but maybe he knows there's also a 6 in there or a couple 6s in there. No, I don't want that 3. I'm going to wait. And it just kind of goes up the line until everybody says yes.
That's when it becomes the push your luck.
It does. It absolutely becomes
when
a push your luck.
When you know there's a curse that went in there.
Yeah. It's a fun game. Again, this is another one of those games that I forget how fun it is until I sit down and actually play it. But I do enjoy it. We're going to watch Greg try and put the pieces back in. There you go. That one I have to admit, it's trying to get all the puzzle pieces together at the beginning is a little tricky. Did you turn the board on me, or the box on me?
I don't know.
You did.
I didn't touch the box.
You did too. Anyway, that is Tobago. Like I said, there is a volcano expansion in here, and you take the volcano and you put it on the board, and then every so often
a volcano piece
something
comes out,
triggers the volcano piece to come out, and lava just starts going to different parts of the island and cuts you off. So, but anyway, it's going to stay.
Next we have back to the timelines. What is it with the... We need to go back in time to put these box lids on, right?
Every single box so far has been wrong. All right, timeline challenge. This is very much like the straight up timeline. There was a lot of
expansions.
The timeline. They weren't even expansions. They were
standalone games, yes, but
they came in tins, and we've got a bunch of them in here. But whereas just in timeline,
you just had
everybody picked a card and you had to put it into the timeline. This one's a little different. This one actually has a board involved. So at the start of the game, you're picking one of the various decks you have. Now I have just the original game in here, but over the years we've also picked up music and cinema and Americana and American history and diversity and events. So for today, I'm just going to pull out the original game. So what happens, everybody has their dashboard. And their dashboard is just a series of dials numbered 1 through 6. That's all it is, or 1 through, I think it is just 6. Nope, it's 1 through 9, or 0 through 9. This one, instead of just being a straight up timeline, is a series of challenges. So everybody starts with this green challenge here. So everybody's here. And from that point on, it's always whoever's in the lead determines which challenge you're getting. And then everybody else is just trying to catch up.
By where they move to.
By where they move to, yes, yes, by where they move to on the wheel. So what happens? Down in this one here, you are guessing where, so well, first of all, you're putting these cards down. And I'm going to move this box out of the way for a second. You're putting these cards down here, face down, or not face down, I'm sorry, but year down.
Picture up, year down.
And everybody's looking at them and trying to determine when these happen, not what based on here. Yes. So like this first one, the invention of the socks. So I'm taking my little dashboard and I'm going on the circle, which is this one right here. There's symbols down here on the bottom. The circle I'm putting up here, I'm changing my wheel here to determine where I think that happened on this timeline. Did it happen in -500 or below?
1 is between
negative 500 and 850 AD. BC and AD.
BC.
Right. Well, it's marked as a negative on here. 850, is it between 850 and 1300? Between 1300 and 1600, between then and 1750, between then and 1820, and so on, all the way up to 1970 or after. So I'm looking at this going, the invention of the socks. How long ago was socks invented? Oh, so I'm going to take a wild guess. Now, I looked at the card first, so I kind of know, but I'm going to guess where that's going to be, so I'm just going to spin it. And maybe I'm guessing 6. I'm saying it was invented between 1820 and 1880. Okay, even I would have guessed earlier than that had I not looked at it. The invention of the socks was in 1100, or no, 1000.
The 1000s.
1000s, yeah. So the next one, the invention of the metronome. I know it's an old machine, but I don't know. I'm going to guess maybe somewhere in the 1500s, so I'm going to put a 3.
You'll say 3, I'll say 2.
Okay,
maybe.
So what is it?
I don't know. 1816, we were way off.
Way wrong.
The invention of the button shirt.
I'm going to say 1700 somewhere.
I'll say
I'm going to say 5.
4.
You're going to say 4? I'm going to say 5. So I'm going to say between 1750 and 1820.
I'll say 3.
You're going to say between 1300 and 1600.
1871. I was way off.
We were
Boy,
both wrong.
I'm not playing this
close.
game like we did last time.
I was close.
Billy the Kid's first crime.
Billy the Kid was the 1800s. So I'm going to go 6. 1820 to 1880?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's 7 because I think it was.
Was it a little later than that?
I think you go with 6.
I'm going to go with 6.
I don't know. 7. It's
flip it over.
1877.
Woo! I was right.
Yep.
I got that one right. How about that? I got 1 right.
Anyway.
So everybody does that. Everybody just shows their answers. You flip all the cards over. You determine how many points everybody gets, and everybody moves forward on the wheel that many spaces.
You move however many guesses you got
right. How many you got correct. So if the lead player got 3 correct, great. They move up to the purple challenge, and you go down to the purple challenge. Down here, you're taking 4 new cards, but this time, instead of determining them based on a period in time, you're putting them in order. So you're looking at the invention of the socks, and again, new cards, but the invention of the socks, the invention of the metronome, which one came first? And you're putting all 4 of these cards in not numeric order, but in timeline order. And then you're moving forward. This one here, you are determining where this card happened somewhere up here on this timeline. You can choose 4 different answers if you wish to try to hedge your bets on getting at least 1 point out of it. In the blue area, you're determining the number of years between the 2 events. Mm-hmm. How many years were there between the invention of the socks and the invention of the metronome? And you're just dialing that number in here. Closest one gets the points, if I remember correctly.
No, you get
points by digit.
You move as many digits you had correct.
Right. And this one's the same thing, only this time you're actually trying to guess the actual year it happened. And again, you move the number of spaces based on the number of digits you got correct in the answer. Mm-hmm. I actually really enjoyed this, although I lost miserably. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I played a lot better than I just did.
Yeah, you were moving like 3 or 4 spaces every turn, and I was moving 1 if I was lucky. And there's a couple spaces in there for challenges that it's a catch-up mechanism of sorts that you can do some challenges. I really liked it, and I think it says it plays up to
2 to 10.
2 to 10. There's 5 player pieces, and you can play teams. We're going to hold on to this because we thought this was something your family might actually get into. So we're going to try it one Christmas or something and see what happens. But yeah, timeline challenge. It's going to stick around. All right.
Next we have Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef.
Okay. This one we actually got to play for the first time at the Dice Tower Retreat. Mm-hmm. Shortly after we got home, you found a copy on Marketplace from a friend, and we picked it up. So this one is a worker placement, resource management, go fight the monsters and save the day type of game. Mm-hmm. The whole thing is played out on islands. And you are moving
best
around.
show a
I'm going to
picture.
show a picture of it, trying to pull all these out, yes. But you are moving around from island to island in order to do various worker placement spots. And the worker placement spots tell you what you get. Get a couple shells. The shells are used for specific things in relation to dice rolls. You can get some fruit, get the first player marker, move this around, basically there's this little, the ship around the edge of the board on this one. But each one of the islands has different things. You've got various places you can pick up more dice. You can pick up cards that help you out. But everybody has their dashboard that keeps track of your powers, basically. And ultimately, you're trying to get these to notch up because that's points at the end of the game. You also have a specialty deck of cards. Each character has a specialty deck of cards that, again, will help you out and give you special asymmetric powers throughout the game. And then at some point in the game, suddenly you decide you're powerful enough, you've got enough dice, you're going to go after the monsters. And the goal is, well, and that's just it. If you don't go after the monsters, they end up coming after the village, and then you get in trouble for it, for not helping. So you want to go after the monsters because, one, it's points, but you lose the dice you take. So it takes a while to get those dice all built up, and then you're losing them to the monsters. Kind of sounds like, what's that other one? Can't think of it.
There's one in the Viking game.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of, and I can't think of the name of it now. I do enjoy this one more, though. Maybe it's just the theme. This one always intrigued me. I think the color scheme intrigued me. I love that blue-green, oceany color scheme.
This is the game when it first came out. I didn't think I even thought about playing it because I got it confused with Beyblades.
Yes, you did.
And I thought it was that in a board game style. And I'm like going, the kids played with Beyblades when they were little. I was like, why did they make a board game out of that? But no, this has nothing to do with that.
No, I really like this one. It does say part 1. I don't think I ever noticed that.
Yeah, there's other parts.
Are there?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I would love to play this. We played it 4-player at the retreat. I would love to play another 4-player game. That one took a while because I think 3 of the 4 of us were just learning it. And the 4th guy, bless his heart, was very patient with all of us. But it was a long game because
you know who
we
it
were
was.
all learning it. That was Greg, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was Greg. That's what I thought. Okay.
Not me.
No,
I was
Greg.
there, but it was a different Greg.
Different Greg. Yeah, it's just a great game. I'm glad we picked it up. So yeah, that is Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef. Oh, there's box damage back here too. What is happening to our boxes? Anyway.
I think it came that way.
Oh, did it? Okay.
It's well loved.
Yeah. Well, it's in good condition still, but it was well loved. Anyway, it's staying. Okay.
And lastly,
Okay, we're just going to put this right down here because I cannot reach that far.
time stories. Oh, look, there's a little crease there, it feels
Oh,
like.
jeez. Yeah, there is. Wow.
Time stories. We're going back in time again.
Again, we had a lot of time ones. Well, I mean, it's
But this one is more like Quantum Leap, the board game.
yes.
Because you're jumping into
Yes.
another person's body.
You are. Now, this one comes with the base game. It also comes with you have the option of adding a number of other scenarios to it, a number of other expansions. And all you get in those expansions is the cards. We did have a number of them. We've played through a number of them. I've since gotten rid of them because we knew we weren't going to play them again. But this comes with this enormous deck of cards for the Asylum, which is the first game. I am not going to go into this a lot because I'm not going to spoil stuff. But the base idea of this game is that you are jumping back in time. There is a scenario you read out based on some of the cards that lay out here on the board. And everything is laid out on the board. So okay, yeah, I'll show a picture. So you're laying everything out on the board. All the cards tell you everything that happens. And you are progressing through the map, through the story, trying to solve the puzzle. Yeah. The problem is you only have so many days. There's a day chart up here. And when you run out, or not days, it's hours. When you run out of hours, you immediately get sucked back to the present. And then you have to go back. The only problem is you go back remembering everything, but you start at the beginning again. So if you had found a key you needed, you have to go back and find that key again. or go back and retrieve
But
the
you
key
know where
again.
you had to go
But
to
you
get
know
it.
where it is. You know where
So
the
you can
dead ends
speed
are
through the
now.
other stuff because everything takes a certain, like you said,
Yes,
a certain amount of
everything takes a
hours.
certain
But you
amount of
know
hours.
how to do it a little bit faster now
Right.
to get it.
Right, and there's different
You know
puzzles.
what way
There's-
not to take because there's
Yeah.
dead ends too. So
Well, and there's monsters in certain areas. Okay, I know that was a bad place because I don't need anything over there. There was just a monster to fight. We're going to avoid that area. Let's go over here. That type of thing. I think every game we played, we had to return at least twice. Meaning we went through each scenario at least
Like
3 times.
three
Not
or four
scenario.
times.
Yeah, there were some that were more, yes. It was tricky. And the first couple were very intriguing. All in all, we have played all of the scenarios that we had. I think we're going to pass this on. Like I said, I really liked the first few that we
Yeah.
did. And after that, it just kind of lost its newness to me. But I do think it's a good game. We're going to pass it on, though. I think this one is going to leave the collection because I think we've played what we're going to play, essentially. But that is Time Stories. And like I said, it's going to leave the collection. That's it for this episode.
Yep.
We're done. So yeah,
how many more episodes of the tease do we have?
6.
And this was
This was 6.
so until then, thanks for watching.